Hello students, in this session we are going to look at logistic regression analysis with an example from marketing text and cases by Nargudkar. In this our data is from a Raymond's shop, about 18 different customers, and the data has three columns. First is the frequency of the customer's visit to the shop. The second column is the average purchase per year in terms of rupees, the value of the purchase. And third, how long the customer is associated with the shop. So for example, the first customer has been with the shop for 3 years. On an average, every year he is purchased 24,765 worth of material from that stores, and he has visited 15 times to that store. And the fourth column is the shop has already considering uh, that particular customer as not so loyal and loyal. So one indicates the loyalty status and zero indicates not so loyal status. Basically the shop is considering to offer gold membership cards to the loyal customers. So this is the data. Now we are going to do the logistic regression analysis, for which uh, first we have already put defined variable properties, and we have already put the loyalty as 0 as not so loyal and 1 as loyal due for gold membership. Okay, so that is there already, and now we'll start analyze the logistic regression is a part of regression. So go into regression and then go into binary logistic, and loyalty will be the dependent variable, and the three variables frequency, average purchase and years will be your covariants. In options you will go for Hosmer, Lemshaw, goodness of fit, and correlation of estimates if you want. Then in save you can look for probabilities and group membership if you want. Okay, and then you can simply go for the output. So this is the initial block 0. We don't have to look at the initial block, but after the regression has taken place with the enter method, we got these results. So here we are going to look at the model summary table, the Hosmer-Lemshaw test, then classification table, and then the variables in the equation to make the model. All these tables I have already copied on the Word doc. So let us move to the Word doc. So the firstly, just to understand the logistic regression, which is fitting a S curve which between the values of 0 to 1. So it is a log value. So log y, which is log of odds, and this a plus k1 x1 plus k2 x2, this is our logit function model. So when you have this model, these values a, k1 etc. we get from the table variables in the equation. Okay, and we will make the model in the similar way we have done it in the linear regression, but here we are, this model is going to give us log of y, and or which is log of odds. What is odds? Odds refer to the odds of y being equal to 1. Hence we rewrite the equation as odds is equal to, here the base is e, so e raised to this will be odds. Now what is the odds and the probability? Odds are defined as the probability of belonging to one group divided by the probability of belonging to the other group. So odds is nothing but probability upon 1 minus probability. To understand it in a better way, if we when we toss a coin, the probability of heads showing up is 0.5 and probability of tails showing up is 0.5, right? So when we want to calculate the odds for heads, we will get probability of heads upon probability of tails, which is 0.5 upon 0.5, and hence the odds for heads will be 1. P equal to odds upon 1 plus odds, and we have already got odds as this expression. So putting this value, we can write probability as e raised to this equation divided by 1 plus e raised to this equation. Now with this background, let us move to our report. And in our report, first the model summary is there, and it has -2 log likelihood, which is coming to 0. Now how to read this? See, -2 log likelihood measure is used to test the statistical significance of the model, which measures how likely it is that one can predict the observed values of y based on the model. And the likelihood varies between 0 and 1, as we know, and the log value of likelihood varies between -infinity to 0, and hence -2 log likelihood will vary between infinity to 0. So when we get 0 value in our table, that means it represents probability equal to 1, so which is basically prediction of likelihood of 1. So hence it is a perfect model. So whenever we get 0 here, it is a perfect model. Second is Hosmer-Lemshaw test, which is a chi-square test. Here, if the significance is equal to 1, then we say that the model is insignificant, and that means there is no significant difference between the model predictions and observed values. Okay, so which is also a requirement for a good model. When we come to the classification summary, we can see that it has been able to correctly classify all the 18. So earlier, in the beginning with, we had nine loyals and not so loyals also 9, and the model is able to classify them also correctly. So we got 100% correct classification, and hence the model is reliable model for the classification of the customers. Now lastly, we come to the actual model. So we get this variables in equation, and these beta values, these b values, we are going to use for writing our model. So using these values, we will write our model. The constant is there, then frequency into 9.478, then average purchase into 0.006, and years into -0.5733. This is going to give us the log of odds, and hence odds will be e raised to this expression, and then the probability will be e raised to this expression upon 1 plus e raised to this expression. So this is how we will be getting the probability. And what is the rule? If the probability is higher than 0.5 or equal to 0.5, then we conclude that that customer is a loyal customer and he can be given a gold membership. If the probability is less than 0.5, then we cannot give the gold membership right now, because he is still not that in the loyal category. So let us check this with 2 new customers data. So the first customer has 35 frequency, average purchase of 32,000 and 5 years, and the second customer is 26 years frequency, average purchase 26,000 and years is 2. So if you put these values in these equations and calculate the probability, please understand you will be using the scientific calculator for these calculations, and you should understand how to use how to calculate e raised to a particular value. So that is a must. And so calculated probabilities are coming. In the first case, p equal to 1, which is clearly indicates a loyal customer due for gold membership. And in the second case, probability is coming 0, so we consider not so loyal customer, hence not qualifying for gold membership yet. So this is how we use the logistic regression analysis. uh, Thank you very much.